Hello everybody. Building a strong foundation. What does it take to build a strong foundation in sales? I'm going to start off by giving you an example, then I'm going to dig into the topic. It's like you want to buy a house, a custom made house, and you have a specific area you want to live. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to locate the land that's clean, meaning not encumbered, the clean title. Once you decide that and you purchase the land, the next thing is you want to get a general contractor to start building, right? So you got the blueprints and they start to break ground is the first thing they do. And then once they break ground, they put in the pipes, right? Then they cement it, then they frame it, they put the roof, they put the windows, etc., right? At the end, you have a house. But a house needs to withstand and be on a strong foundation in order for it to withstand bad weather, right? Does that make sense? Sales foundation, building a sales foundation is very, very vital to your sales career. Number one thing you got to do is you got to have the right mindset, the right attitude. You have to want to sell. You have to love to sell. I don't believe salesmen are born. I believe salespeople are created. I've met people that never did selling, never did any of it, were scared of it, and they become great salespeople. I'm not a salesman. I train myself to become one. But in all, we're all salespeople. So, before we dig into the topic, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. Also, hit the notification because I have some great content coming real soon to you that I don't want you to miss. And also share it, share the video with others. Now, let's dig into this. The number one thing that I believe you have to do to become even a good salesman is you got to work smart and hard. You have to be willing to put in the work. I cold called for 2 years, 16 hours a day. And when I got my stockbroker license, I was one of the top producers. Why? Because I built myself. I built the foundation. I worked hard. I learned to work smart. You can't work smart and not work hard. Because once you work smart, you're going to want to work harder because you're better at it. Does that make sense? So you have to work smart and hard. What do you need to do after that? You have to learn to cold call. To me, cold calling is the boot camp. I believe a lot of reasons why a lot of salespeople that I've encountered over the years were not consistent is because they never learned to cold call. And as I mentioned many times in most of my videos, there's more opportunities to learn cold calling now than ever before with all the social media platforms. To me, it's the modern day yellow pages. Does that make sense? So what you have to do is once you do cold calling and you're working hard, you have to educate yourself as a salesman. It's like being a doctor and the client is a patient. You have to learn the right knowledge, the right sales techniques. Learn about selling. How to sell, why you sell. You have to be informed about that. Now, there's too much information out there. I call it paralysis of analysis, where you start to read too much. But you have to learn the right knowledge. Once you have the right knowledge, then you have to start building your value. As a salesman, to me, a salesman is a problem solver. So you have to build value in yourself, because at the end of the day, a customer or prospect that wants to become a customer has to buy into you first, but they have to see that you're valuable to them. Does that make sense? Now, the next thing we got to do is you have to understand the difference between an objection or rejection. So you have to learn, and the way you learn is you learn by listening to what they're saying and how they're saying it. And you have to master the art of rebuttals. Rebuttals are very vital because, believe this or not, how you rebuttal their objection or their rejection is going to lead the way the relationship is going to go. They're actually going to respect how you deal with their objection or their rejection. They appreciate that. I know I do as a customer. I throw an objection at a salesman, and if I like the way they respond and they're doing it sincerely and honestly, I like that. I respect it. Because if they want my business, they have to earn it. Does that make sense? You're no different. You have to earn the business. You have to earn the sale. But it all starts with the right mindset, the right attitude, willing to do all these steps. You can't cut corners, because guess what? The way you train your mind and the way you train is the way you're going to perform, is the way you're going to take action, which means the actions are going to lead to your results, good or bad. It's just the way it is. Does that make sense? You also have to be a phenomenal listener. Now, I had to learn that because I was so excited about selling, I would just talk 100 words a minute because I wanted to hear myself talk. That was part of my growing curve and my learning curve as well. But you have to be a listener because you have to understand them before you can be understood, because there's an acronym, WIIFM. What's in it for me? But you have to look at it, what's in it for them? And in order to do that, you have to listen to them so that you're able to become more valuable, so that you're able to offer solutions, real solutions, so that you're able to solve their problems. Does that make sense? Also, what you have to do is you have to learn really strong, basic sales techniques. The problem today, in my opinion, is people don't have sales techniques. And the reason why they don't have sales techniques is because they have bad habits. So they have a crutch that they go to. And to me, that crutch is just flat out lie. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's just the way it is. But you don't need to do that. You can be above that. The top salespeople in the world don't have to do that. Because they know they're valuable. They know they have something of value to offer. They know they have solutions to the customer's problems. So you salespeople, you young salespeople, and what I mean by young, just getting into the sales business, you small business owner that are just starting a business, you're entrepreneur, learn to become a good salesman. But you have to build your selling based on a strong sales foundation. Without a strong foundation, you're never going to be strong. You're never going to be able to solve problems. You're never going to be consistent. Then the other thing that I think is important is what I call the 3 E's. You have to be excited about what you do. You have to have enthusiasm about what you do. You got to have the energy to do what you do. You got to be passionate about what you do. You got to be convinced and have conviction about what you do. You got to be persuasive. You got to have all those elements. That is all part of the sales strong foundation. Does that make sense? So I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank all of you for being part of the martial arts of selling. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscription button below. Also hit the notification so that you can be aware of the next content that's coming out. And also, if you believe that this can help others, please share the video with others. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. This is Paul Cruz with the martial arts of selling. And remember this: build a strong sales foundation. Have a great day. Bye for now.